Hey guys, this is Corey with Colorado Cold Bloods again. So anyway, just wanted to come to you with another clutch cutting. So it's a fun little clutch. This one is to our normal female Marine, to um, Oliver, who is our Super Pastel Scaleless head boy. So we're gonna see a whole lot of pastels ideally here, and otherwise we'll be real confused. But basically a lot of pastels, and we may or may not see whether or not they are scaleless head right out the gate. But um, in general, this is just kind of a fun clutch. So hopefully you guys will enjoy. But we have our first pipper here. So day 56 would have been tomorrow on the 11th. Today is the 10th that we're recording this. So anyway, basically we had our first couple pippers. So we're going to check out these little munchkins. Always fun to see the babies. So this was from a first-time dad, multi-year female, but first-time father. So anyway, here we go. Let's start with our first little pipper. You can kind of see it's made a few little holes there, slicing and dicing. This was the smaller of the eggs, so definitely got himself going right away and was doing good. So we'll start there. Oh, looks like he's got a little slice on the other side too. Buddy. He had his little head out this morning. So there you go. There's our first pastel. Looks like a chubby little baby. Like how his little tail's sticking out right there. Funny. All right. And number 2. I don't mind the water. That's just some of the condensation that'll come off of the press and seal after we pull them off. So ideally what we try and do is we try and keep the humidity inside the incubator a little bit higher than just default. That helps to kind of bring the humidity in the incubator up, which reduces how much condensation it gets created. But cool. Hopefully he'll leave his head there for you to see. So, okay, ooey gooey egg, but I'm going to try and turn it around for you. So here's our first one. It looks to be scaleless head, just based upon the discoloration and everything on that front. Looks to be a scaleless head. We'll obviously know for sure once it comes out and stuff, but there's our pastel scaleless head. Beautiful baby. The other one's poking his little head out. See if he ducks back in or not. Hard to see if he's got scales or not. Does not look to be scaleless head on that first one. But anyway, so yeah, we try and keep the humidity higher in the incubator so it reduces how much of this condensation appears on the tubs, reduces the possibility of it kind of raining on the eggs and having the eggs go bad partway through the incubation because of too much water on them. But this one's extra gooey. And another pastel. As expected. Definitely seeing movement and motion, so it's really the key to this is making sure the babies are looking good and healthy, making sure they're not having any issues in the eggs there. Another thing is when you go to cut your eggs, you can kind of feel whether or not the babies are ready. In general, I wait till the first pip ideally, but when you're also checking them, you can kind of feel whether the babies are kind of pushing back on the shell or not. And that gives you a good indication that they're doing well, healthy, and ready to rock and roll. So you kind of learn it a little bit by feel. But A very pretty pastel. Very good looking pastel. I would almost bet that will probably turn out to be a scaleless head. We'll find out, but something that scaleless head everybody kind of talks about in general. You know, they worry about its viability, everything like that. But as far as I'm concerned, one of the things I see with scaleless head in general is that it tends to kind of brighten up patterns and kind of boost the colors, everything like that on the babies. So to me, whether or not it turns out to be a viable option as a super form, I think it does wonders for the colors and it actually enhances and brightens. So at a minimum, long term, I will use it more as an enhancement gene. If everything looks good and viable and safe as far as a super form, then we will consider moving down the other path, going for a full scaleless snake. But right now, my plan is just to use it as an enhancement. So, very, very beautiful baby. Another very bright baby. And again, we're kind of rolling the egg like that, rolling the shell. Helps to kind of separate the membrane there and separate any potential veins that might be on the edge there. Reduces any possibility of kind of breaking them up or anything like that if they're not quite ready for that. And reduces the idea of kind of popping some of those veins, even though they're starting to pull away from the shell and stuff. Light. Be a little reaction, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll keep an eye on that egg. So. Gooey gooey. It's the first one of the season that I've had a question like that. Normally they'll kind of twitch and you'll see them kind of move. So for example, right out the gate, if I touch this one, you'll see them kind of pull away. So that's kind of what we're looking for. And I'm not seeing it on that other egg. So he's part of what kind of cued me out to look at that is the fact that if you look at the colors on these ones, how they're kind of in full swing. This one is a little more dull. So a lot of times that's when they're still kind of in development. They'll have kind of that dull color. But just want to kind of keep an eye and make sure he didn't stop in development at that point. And, egg looks healthy. Everything looks fine. We'll just have to make sure that baby comes out okay. So. And last but not least, very big egg, a very big head, little big snoot. You can see it or not, but okay. Nice little pastel. See the twitch. So basically that's kind of what we're looking for, is we're just kind of checking them. We're checking to make sure that they don't have an umbilicus wrapped or things like that. That's the kind of the main points behind cutting eggs and checking on them. You know, not to say there's much we can do if they're just stopped in development or something, but as far as if an umbilicus is wrapped or something like that, we can help to kind of untangle that so they can get all their nutrients and come out nice and happy and healthy. So anyway, thanks for joining us. Again, this was our super pastel scaleless head male to our normal female. And looks like we got some good and happy, healthy babies. One to kind of keep an eye on. Thinking I see movement in there anyway, but definitely didn't care if I touched it. So let us know what you think, and what are your thoughts on the Scaleless project and all that fun stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know if you're enjoying the content. Have a good one.